In this video, I will hopefully provide an answer to a question that was emailed to me about installing these low voltage lights in the risers. And I figured I'd put a picture of the lights in there to give you a better idea of what I was talking about. Sometimes, like I say in these videos, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So it will be the lights. You can see there's 3 lights here. And they're low voltage lights in the risers, and I've also made a couple other videos about them also. Now, the person who emailed me basically started with a walkway, which would be the lower plane here on the right, and an upper plane, which would have been what looks like a porch. And I can't show the pictures because there'd be copyright problems, so you'll have to deal with my drawings instead. They basically put a stone tile over the porch, and they wanted to install a low voltage light in the center of the riser. So the center of the riser there, and they left a lip. So there's probably looks like about an inch lip over the existing concrete porch or the concrete riser there. Now, what they should have done would have been to extend the lip even further, and this would have given them enough room to install the low voltage light without having to remove any of the riser. And again, this is where the planning comes in. And don't get me wrong, the person who emailed me, I'm not dishing on you here, I'm not bagging you. There are we all start out doing one thing, and then, hey, you know what? I'm going to put this walkway in with a light, and you don't think there's going to be a problem. And again, this is where the planning comes in. This is why I can't stress this enough in a lot of my videos. It's the best thing you could possibly do will be to plan the entire project out, if possible. And that means to gather as much information as you possibly can, including watching as many of these videos. Now, here's one of the options, and this one here, of course, is going to be probably the hardest thing to do. But you could actually get a chipping hammer, a small chipping hammer, not a 60-pound jackhammer, more like a 30-pound chipping hammer, and you can get one at a rental yard. And you'll basically chip out a section of the riser that you need. And with a chipping hammer, I'm just guessing this might take you about 4 hours. And this is just one alternative. And like I said, this one here is going to be the toughest one. The next one would be to install another row of tile over the walkway, and of course this would give you plenty of room to install your riser. And of course you'd obviously fill the concrete, mix some concrete, you'd form this up, and then set the light in where you want it. Pour the concrete, let it dry for a few days. And obviously with this one here, it'd be good to dowel into the concrete, which would require a concrete drill, basically a hammer drill, and you would drill into the concrete, maybe epoxy some rebar in. And again, I'm just throwing these ideas out there. You don't have to do either one of them, but this is just kind of like I said. I'm throwing it out there. See if I can spark off an idea in your head. Maybe you'll come up with something else, or other people who are watching this video. I hope that the people watching this video will take away from it the fact that you have got to plan as much as you possibly can on any project. Now, the last idea, and I think this might be the easiest, would be to actually cut another strip, something about 2 or 3 inches wide, maybe, and fill the area. You'd form it up obviously before you put your strip on there. You'd form an area, fill it with concrete, and again, you're going to need some type of a dowel in between. You're going to need to drill something into the concrete, something into the concrete. I don't care what it is, to help keep this small section, and like I said, I don't recommend putting a 1-inch strip on something like this, because it could just pop right off. You're probably going to need some at least 2 to 3 inches, 3 inches probably preferably. And because it can crack right down the center of the tile if you don't put something in to hold the new concrete that you're going to pour, to make the riser extend out a little further. And like I said, this is one way. This is probably what I would do instead of chipping out the thing. But at the same time, the chipping out the section, you're not going to have to worry about the concrete separating, the new concrete that you'd be pouring. And really, now that I think about it, it's probably both about the same option. It might take you about the same amount of time to do both of these, to put the small lip on or to chip out the riser, And of course, there always is the idea of just not installing the light. Just don't worry about it and let that one go. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope this helps you get through your project, and of course I hope it helps everyone else who's watching the video also.